Hey everybody, this is my friend Rashad. He came first place at our locals today and he's going to share his deck profile with us.
Okay, so I played the King Vegeta leader today. At first, I hated the leader, but then I looked over it again and again and decided I wanted to play it, and actually did pretty good. So, first off, what the leader does is permanent. You can only play Saiyans in the deck, which is really restrictive to your sideboard options, but there are some great cards that you can still run this side. His activate main, once per turn, you get to take 1 life and look at the top 5 cards of your deck and grab either a King Vegeta's Dynasty or a red or green Saiyan card. His Awaken, which is very restrictive, and the reason I didn't like the leader at first, you have to have King Vegeta's Dynasty in your battle area, and you also have to have 3 or more energy. So he's not an early Awaken leader, so you kind of want to protect life early on. On his Awaken side, once per turn, you can choose one of these two effects. You either place a red or green sand with 2 or less in your drop, draw a card, the leader gains 5k and double strike, or you play a red or green sand 2 or less from your hand and draw 1 card, but its skills are negated. And that's all it does on the bag. Don't have to swing to draw, so that's the good part of it. And then on the main board, I played only 3 copies of King Vegeta's Dynasty. The reason I only played 3 is because at 4 it was really cloggy, because it's not like a card you can combo with or anything. What it does when you play it, you get to play a red or green sand 2 or less with its skills negated, and you draw 2 cards. And then also, while it's just on board, you can tap a red energy, place it in your drop to negate an attack. So it's actually not too bad of a card. It's like a draw 2, putting a beater on board, and a negate for 2 energy. So it's not that bad. And on to the next portion of the deck. I played 4 of the red-green Broly multicolor card, because honestly this is the best energy charge in the deck, and you definitely want to be charging this turn 1 and hopefully every turn if you can. I had one game where all 4 of the turns this was my charge because of searching off the leader, so you definitely want to play these. Just having the red and green option is the best. I played 2 of the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta because this is a really strong counter. I primarily tried to use this on my opponent's turn to pop a 4 or less problem card, and then having a 20k double strike on my turn also was really good. And next, my green package, I played 4 copies of the Trunks Bridge to the Future, because this can grab pretty much the entire deck. If you get unlucky and hit 2 extra cards, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. But this searches really the entirety of the deck outside of the extra cards. Also, a quick and easy way to try to grab your Brolys. And then on to the core of my deck, you would say. I played a 4 Saiyan Teamwork Kaba, because this combo allows you to free play a lot of stuff later on, and it just has really great synergy with this leader in my opinion. So I play 4 of this. If you don't know what Kaba does, you look at the top 10 cards and you either get a kill or a Caulifla. If it's a Caulifla, you can add it to your hand or play it. If it's a kill, you can only add it to your hand. And then this also reduces the energy cost of Cauliflas and kills, and it reduces only the green specified cost. So you can't play any of the red ones for free, only the green ones. And then for the last bit of the green, I opted to only play 4 of the Unstoppable Super Saiyan Cauliflas. I didn't play any of the kills that were green. Arguably, you could play the kills if you would like, because the Kaba can get them down to 2 to where you can play them off the leader if you have 2 Kabas on board. But I just honestly didn't see the space for it and never really wanted to play that one. It wasn't as great to me. This is an amazing card for this deck. It's a free 20k when the leader's flipped over. This is a primary card I played when I played King Vegeta's Dynasty, because this is a 20k beater. And also it has some great synergy with the rest of the deck here. The red cards that I played for the Veggies package, I played 4 of the Bold Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla, because this allows me to grab 2 of the other cards that I played for this deck. I did not play the 3-drop Kaba. This attack couldn't be negated because I didn't see room for it in the deck. But this looks at the top 7 cards of your deck, and it plays another Universe 6 with 15k or less power. The primary thing I wanted to grab off this was a sister attack Saiyan Kill. What this does is her auto, when she swings, if there's another Universe 6 on board, she gains 5k power and you draw a card. So this was a way to keep good hand size and good pressure. And then the last of the U6 targets for the Kaba and Caulifla combo were the Dauntless Kills. This was a free blocker that I could play for free after playing the Caulifla for free off my leader or my King Vegeta's Dynasty, or if I hit one off my Kaba. So this came up a lot today, actually, and keeping my life high. Since the leader doesn't awaken at a life total, you don't want to be taking a lot of damage unnecessarily. And also, this allows for an extension play if you're trying to go for game. Now, the extension is with the Saiyan Onslaught Keflas. You Union Potara for 3 red over any Caulifla and any kill. So both of the Caulifla and kill you can play for free. And when you Union Potara in this card, she gains 5k and you draw a card. She has dual attack, and she also gains 5k and draws whenever she swings. So this was just great to keep hand size and remove problem battle cards on board, or if you're trying to force damage through on a leader. This was really high with no combo. On to the last bit. I only played 2 Raditz the Oppressor. I didn't feel like it was really necessary in most of my matchups. This was great against blue and any deck that was going to untap, but I didn't really play too much of that today. Super combo that I used is the support attack Gohan or Goten. You can take yourself to 4 with a leader, so this gets live pretty easily, and I'm not sure if there's any other red Saiyan super combos that you could use, honestly. The other negates of choice that I used outside of the King Vegeta's Dynasty was just 4 Aether Image, because you could take a life to play it for free if you didn't have the energy up, which a lot of decks are going on to tap in energy and energy manipulation now, so I opted for this so that it wouldn't be a dead card in my hand ever. And the last couple cards in the deck, I played 2 Denial of Hope, because this card is honestly amazing and hits most every problem card that you're going to have to go against right now. If the card will be coming into play and its power is 20k or less, it goes straight into the drop instead. The leader has to be red for it, just a red preemptive strike. Last 2 cards in my deck were Bardock the Awakened Instincts. The reason I played this card is because it's a free 20k over round 4. You draw 2, discard a card. If you got a bunch of cards in hand that you don't want to see right now, like a King Vegeta's Dynasty late game or a Denial of Hope that you don't have the energy open for, you get to potentially draw 2 more combo pieces, get rid of a card to keep your combo power high, and it was just a card actually performed really great for me today, and I definitely loved having it in the deck. That was my entirety of my main board. Onto my side. I sided out the entire veggie package in longer games, and what I sided into was counterplay Saiyans, since the leader can only play Saiyans. So we opted for 4 Vegeta the Cruel. What this does, if there's a multicolored card in your energy, it makes it a 2 energy cost in your hand, and it's a counterplay, and then it's an auto, so it does get around deflect. So you would KO a card that's 4 or less on your opponent's board, and they then warp a card from their hand. So that was great for controlling hand size and fighting off a lot of smaller things. On to the next, we played 3 Mach Speed KO Can Son Gokus. This was another great counterplay that goes down to 2 if you have a multicolored card charge. And what it does is this auto, when you counterplay with it, is you neg something by 10k, and if it's your opponent's turn, you get to neg something else by 5. So this allows you to do separate cards that you can get rid of, or you can just neg one thing down 15 if it's a big card. So this was really great at board clearing. It helped a lot against U6. Next, I did side 3 of these just in case I played any stall decks. I honestly never sided it in, and I'll probably be removing this from my side for something else. But the idea behind it was, if my opponent's trying to stall me, I can side these in, try to get the 20 cards and drop, and play it for 5, and then just rip their hand down with this and try to swing for game with this, but never had to play that. Next, I did side 3 copies of a non-expected turn, because there are a lot of decks right now that kind of swarm, and this card is just really amazing against swarmy decks. So your opponent has to already have 3 cards on board to trigger this, but once they're going for the 4th card, Basically, that card would be placed in the drop, and then everything 2 or less, ignoring barrier, will be warped. This includes your board and your opponent's board, so you have to be kind of careful with that if you don't want to lose. And the last 2 cards I sided were 2 Crisis Crushers, just for decks that wanted to self-awaken themselves and try to play me on the tempo. This will help me keep the game at my pace, which I only sided this in once a day, and I never saw it when I did. Luckily, it wasn't needed. That was the entire deck. Thank you guys for watching.